Greetings and good afternoon from the airport here on the Galapagos Islands. Today we are flying back to Quito, Ecuador after this amazing expedition here in the Galapagos Islands. If you want to know more about this amazing expedition, then check out both parts 1 and 2 where we experience white-tipped sharks, marine iguanas, Galapagos tortoises, and lots of fish along with so many other creatures. Waiting in line here at the airport was quite unpleasant as we had to wait quite a while as there were some tourists that had yet to arrive and we had arrived a little bit early, and thus I had to sit around holding my heavy backpack on for a while and I got really tired and bored. After what felt like 2 to 3 hours, but was probably not that long, we finally get moving and can soon relax in the lounge before boarding. The lounge here is not terrible, but not the best lounge I've ever seen. It has plenty of tables with chairs around them where passengers can sit and have a snack or get some work done. However, there are no huge chairs, which is one thing that a lounge is known for, and so it's really not the most comfortable lounge I've seen. Despite that, it still makes for a decent place for us to wait for our flight. While it may not be the best in terms of comfort, it definitely offers some other good amenities like water, as there is a water fountain here, as well as a bar where passengers can grab something to eat. And while I was here, I decided to grab myself some water before our flight's departure. Looking out the window, we find our plane having just landed and passengers arriving here on the Galapagos Islands disembarking, and eventually our plane getting ready for boarding before it's our turn to get on board the flight back to Quito. Soon after, our boarding announcement for our flight is soon made, and so we leave the lounge to make our way over to the boarding area. Yet again, just before boarding, we found ourselves waiting out for a while before getting on board, which was again unpleasant considering the amount of luggage that I was carrying. Finally, after some more waiting, we soon begin making our way outside where we would board our plane. Shortly after we get on board, the baggage loading process soon begins as 2 workmen work hard to load it onto the conveyor belt which would take it onto the plane. With the passengers and luggage now on board, our plane soon begins taxiing its way over to the runway where it would take off, beginning our flight back to Quito. As our plane makes its descent, we soon say a final goodbye to the Galapagos Islands and farewell to all the amazing animals we have encountered while during our stay in the Galapagos Islands. I cannot tell you how much of an experience this has been. If you stuck around to the end of both videos, it would really mean a lot because this was definitely the experience of a lifetime. After making our way through the thick cloud cover, we soon reach the clear blue skies above with nothing but sky and clouds to see outside the window. Again, it's the fairly mediocre stuff you see on pretty much any flight when this high up. This cruising stage is the perfect chance for us to explore the seating on board this aircraft. This seating is very much the exact same sort of amount of seating that I've experienced on pretty much any aircraft with a very limited amount of legroom. With my backpack under the seat, it is nearly impossible for me to stretch out and get comfortable, which makes for a rather cramped flying experience. As usual, the tray table folds down from in front, however when I unlock it, it always makes a really loud noise, which is super annoying every time I pull it. Usually on most aircraft, the locker barely even makes a sound when it is unlocked. However, on this aircraft it makes quite a bit of noise, which I really wish I was making up. There was this second what appeared to be another locking mechanism that again didn't really seem to do anything. Again, it was sort of like what I experienced on my flight to and from Miami, which actually did things, but this time it didn't really do anything for whatever reason. Housed up here is a safety information card as well as a couple of magazines for pastime reading. As always, air vents and reading lights are found above the seats, and the reading lights come on and off in a rather interesting way that's kind of gradual and flashy. At the top part of the backrest is a very comfy headrest that can be moved in and out depending on how tall a passenger is. Pressing this button here allows the seat back to recline a little bit. However, with the limited amount of legroom, it does intrude on the space of the passenger behind you, so definitely be considerate of that. Our flight is fairly uneventful, with pretty much nothing but the average thing you see on any aircraft, sky and clouds, to be seen out the window. The green foggy ground soon shows that we have now entered the mainland, and it begins to appear gradually on the ground as we make our descent. Just like on our flight out to the Galapagos Islands, we once again have to make a pit stop in Guayaquil before making our way over to Quito Airport. Having landed in Guayaquil, we soon begin making our taxi towards the terminal, where we make a brief pit stop before heading towards Quito. Once again, I was asked not to use any devices during the stop in Guayaquil, and so respecting the rules, this was the only footage that I could get. We once again back out of the terminal after about an hour, our plane soon preparing to taxi for its final segment to Quito. As we approach Quito, we are greeted to some absolutely gorgeous views of the Andes Mountains, with volcanoes protruding from above the clouds. After getting some gorgeous views of the Andes Mountains, our plane soon makes its final descent into Quito, Ecuador, where our journey would soon end. With our plane now having come to a halt, it's soon time to get off into Quito International Airport and end the journey for now. Now that we're off the plane, we can soon make our way to the airport before marking the conclusion of today's video. If you enjoy my videos, I suggest clicking a like and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. One last quick reminder, if you haven't watched parts 1 and 2 of our expedition in the Galapagos Islands, I really suggest checking them out as they were an absolute experience of a lifetime. Anyways, in the next video, I'll be right back here in Quito to complete my flight back home to Austin with a flight overnight from here to Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson Airport in first class and then a business class flight back to Austin. Anyways, that concludes today's video. I hope you enjoyed the flight and I will see you all next time. Adios.